Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's second video, doing JMA Friday for today's second video. So, as always on a Friday, we've got your month ahead look ahead, which can take us into the latter stages of June. So going through the first month of summer 2019 with this update. Bank holiday weekend, of course, so the seventh and final update for the late spring bank holiday weekend has been released. That first video up earlier on today. And number 2 videos actually still to come for today. So you've got your regular week's 10-day video update coming up later on this afternoon. That'll be here on the homepage at gasoffice.com as well. And then this evening, we're going to have the ENSO update for this month. We're going to go through everything that's happening in the equatorial Pacific Ocean for you. Lots of updates coming up over weekend. 2 more on that at the end of the video. But we're going to start off with the JMA seasonal model, or month ahead model, I suppose I should say. Although it is part of the seasonal model output from the Japanese Meteorological Agency anyway. So looking at 500 millibar heights, and they're broken down into week periods. And we're looking from the North Pole view down. First of all, so this is the North Pole of the Northern Hemisphere just here. Remember, mid-latitudes of the Northern Hemisphere around there. Below average heights, low pressure is indicated by blue colours on these charts, with above average heights, high pressure, indicated by yellow, orange and red. These are broken down to week periods. The first week period will take us from today, the 24th of May, through to the final day of the month, the 31st. So in the coming week, we've got an area of below average heights to our northeast and also to our north. And we've got some above average heights down to the west-southwest. And so this leaves us around to dry weather, you would have thought, but maybe a bit showery, a little bit on the unsettled side, and bringing in this northwesterly flow. So cool and showery conditions, really, in the weekend, with a little bit of a northern blocking signal up towards Greenland as well. Week 2 takes us from the 31st of May through to the 7th of June, and this one with above average heights just to our south-southwest, below average heights up to the north. So we're bringing the jet stream through the northern part of the country like that. But down in the south, there will be a lot of dry and fine weather to enjoy. Most of the conditions in the north, temperatures probably not too far from average. And then going into weeks 3 and 4, we see a bit of a change. This takes us from the 7th through to the 21st of June. And we get above average heights then building to our east. So southern Scandinavia, northern Germany, below average heights out to the west and to our south. That would bring in a much warmer, potentially very warm, east to southeasterly winds, so possibly hints of something a lot warmer there as we go through in towards the middle part of June. Remember, it's a 2-weekly anomaly, so it might be a little bit transitional. And with the below average heights to the west and also to the south, we might actually threaten some thunder, maybe some thunderstorms eventually from the south and from the west, depending, of course, on how strong that ridge of high pressure sitting to our east is. But I think it would bring in some much warmer temperatures. Right, so let's have a look at tropical and mid-latitude view then. So on this view, the UK and Ireland in the top right-hand corner of the chart as you're looking at it, the North Pole is off the chart. The North Pole is up here. We was just looking at the North Pole view down, though, of course. So a reminder of the week 1 500 millibar height anomaly takes us from the 24th through to the 31st of May. We've got those above average heights to our southwest, with below average heights up to the north. Looks a bit showery, looks a bit cool. Flow of the jet will be doing something a little bit like that. Temperature anomalies in the week ahead, very close to average, actually. A little bit cooler than average up in the north. Notice most parts of Europe looking slightly colder than average. Precipitation-wise, bit of a north-south split. Northern parts of the country with above average precipitation in the week ahead. Southern parts of the country slightly drier than average. So rather cool, rather showery, I think, to start us off for week 1. Then we go through to week 2, we've got the below average heights up to our north, which you can't really see that well on this view, but we know they're there. Above average heights are down to our south and southwest. Looks like the jet stream should be coming through the northern part of the country, rather like that. Temperature anomalies, again, very close to average, maybe going a little bit above average, if anything, but it's not a particularly big deviation, quite close to average, with temperature anomalies from the 31st of May, 7th of June. Again, the north-south split with precipitation continues as well, so Scotland, potentially Northern Ireland, looks a bit wetter than average, England and Wales looking a little bit drier than average. And then we go through to weeks 3 and 4. Now I have to come over to this side of the chart for this one. So we've got the above average heights there, sitting kind of like Denmark, northern Germany, and then going up into southern parts of Scandinavia. Below average heights we see out to our west and also to our south. That should start to draw in much warmer air from kind of like a south to southeasterly type direction, so it turns a lot warmer in weeks 3 and 4. I would have thought. You see this on the temperature anomaly, going above average with those yellow colours appearing, particularly to the east of the UK. So kind of like going 1 to 2 degrees above average, which is a strong signal actually for weeks 3 and 4. Normally weeks 3 and 4 will be a weaker signal because it's a 2-weekly anomaly. So weeks 3 and 4, that's quite a strong signal to be turning really quite warm. Maybe even you go as far as say a little bit hot there through the middle of June. The precipitation on it also looks a little bit more unsettled as well, going slightly above average, especially for northern west parts of the country. That could be telling us, but this is unstable heat. Maybe even the chance of some thunder. Maybe get our first plume there sometime around the middle part of June. All rather sketchy because it's a 2-weekly anomaly, but just possibly our first plume taking place in the middle part of June sometime. That's how the JMA is looking. Let's have a look at CFS V2 next and see how that compares. So again, these are 500 millibar heights, which break down into weekly periods. The first weekly period taking us from the 24th of May through to the 30th of May. So the coming week has below average heights again to our north and east. We have above average heights out to our west and northwest. So again, rather cool, rather showery, you would have thought, for week 1. The coming week looks rather cool, rather showery, particularly for northern parts of the country, showery conditions, but all places could have some showers, and it could be quite cool as well. And then we go through to week 2, which is the 31st of May to the 6th of June. This one actually looks quite unsettled and cool again. Above average heights in the North Atlantic, going up to Greenland, so we've got a blocking signal. Below average heights over Scandinavia as a trough within the 500 millibar flow extending into the UK. That leaves us on the cool side of a jet stream. And with a trough of low pressure almost over the top of the country, you would expect further showers, if not longer spells of rain. So this could be quite a cool and unsettled start to June. It does look a lot cooler and a lot more unsettled for week 2 compared to what the JMA is showing, I have to say. Then we go through to week 3. This is taking us from the 7th of June to the 13th. And still with the above average heights close to Greenland, so we've still got a blocking signal, but we are building up above average heights to our east as well. Below average heights as a cut-off trough probably sinking in towards Iberia. So there's a lot going on there. We could be pulling in quite cool, showery northerly winds, northwesterly winds. But with this ridge bearing to our east, we will be having a go at drawing up some hotter air from the east, as the JMA kind of implies. That could be passing mainly to our east on this sort of solution. But wouldn't take that much of an adjustment to start to bring some warmer air in from the southeast. And then we go through to week 4. This one is the 14th to the 20th of June. Then we've got the above average heights to our east and also extending to our north. Below average heights are down here. Again, that could be quite warm, maybe very warm. Bring the wind in from an east-southeasterly direction. But the below average heights to our south could be indicating the risk of something thundery there. Maybe a thundery low and a Spanish plume. Something like that around the middle part of June. Again, quite similar to the JMA in a lot of ways. Temperature anomalies to start us off. This going from the 24th to the 30th of May with CFS V2. Generally, it's below average. Most parts of Europe also coming out really very cool indeed in the week ahead. Then we go through to week 2. which is the 31st of May to the 6th of June, and we're still coming out with below average temperatures then. So quite a cool couple of weeks coming up, actually, taking us through the final stage of May and into the first week of June. Week 3 is the 7th to the 13th of June, a bit of a recovery temperature going on there, starting to lift up back close to average. Most parts of Europe really warming up as well. And then week 4 is the 14th to the 20th of June, and close to or possibly a little bit above average with temperature anomalies, although not exceptionally so. It does look as though the CFS today, anyway, is forecasting a rather cooler situation for June, I have to say. It has toned down the excessive warmth that it's been indicating for the past few days and weeks. So something a little bit cooler being indicated for June now, certainly up to the 20th anyway. Precipitation-wise, finally, with CFS V2, so the coming week, the 24th to 30th of May, close to average with precipitation, implying it could be a little bit on the showery side. And then, if anything, we might be a little bit above average in week 2. This is the 31st of May to the 6th of June. That's when we've got that trough extending in from the northeast. So, particularly for Scotland, looks above average of precipitation. Then England and Wales close to average. Week 3 precipitation anomalies, again close to average. And week 4, as the signal gets weaker and weaker the further out we go, again that's close to average, but it probably doesn't have that much of a signal in week 4. So it is a bit of a mixed bag today, actually. There's few trends that are appearing, so it certainly looks like the rest of May and into the early part of June quite cool, quite showery, not going particularly over top with wet weather, but certainly a bit on the cool, bit on the showery side for the rest of May into the early stages of June. Then as we go later into June, so kind of like into the second week of the month, I suppose, heading up towards mid-month, just a few hints within the model output that we might start to bring up some much warmer air. But it does look a little bit unstable, I have to say. If we do start to draw in some much warmer air around middle of June, may not be long before we begin to generate low pressure and thunder. So maybe it's going to be one of those sort of summers, 3 hot days and a thunderstorm, something like that. We've got Gazlovi's summer forecast, of course, coming up on Sunday, so you find out what we're forecasting then. Terry Scully released his summer forecast last night, by the way, so do have a read of that, see what Terry's forecasting for the summer. But it's a little bit mixed, certainly, rather mixed fortunes for June on JMA Friday today, and we shall wait and see how this plays out over the next few days and weeks. Remember, all long-range forecasting is highly experimental, so it's subject to massive changes. This is just a snapshot of what these two models are showing this week, but they could all look very, very different next week. Right, so we'll be back later on this afternoon with your week to 10-day video update. And then tonight we've got the ENSO update for May. Over weekend, loads of updates coming up. It may be a bank holiday weekend, but we never stop at Gazlovid. So tomorrow we've got weekend forecast. We'll have a week to 10-day video update tomorrow as well. But the first video up will be the third and final seasonal model roundup. That's getting all of the long-range models together to see what they're all showing for the final time for the summer of 2019. And then on Sunday we will release the Gazlovid's summer forecast, as well as having a little sneak peek for the autumn, and we'll have Gazlovid's sunny roundup too on Sunday. And then on bank holiday Monday we've got your historic video coming up. That's looking at 2012, primarily the summer of 2012. So yeah, going to be loads of videos all over weekend, and do keep checking back to all of them. But the next video up will be the week to 10-day video. That's coming up in a short while. That's all for now then, and thanks for watching.